There is going to be an eruption in Iran, I think maybe within a year or two. We hear stories that the revolutionary Islamic government has already executed almost 1,000 of its own citizens. It's in a state of paranoia. Why? Because it has no air defenses, one. Israel showed the world that Iran was a paper tiger. It has dismantled its terrorist surrogates, just wiped out the Houthi command and control in Yemen. It's embarrassed Hezbollah. There is no real Hamas organized resistance.
Iran. We know what a destabilizing role they've been playing in the Middle East in recent years by backing and funding radical groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis in Yemen. But according to Victor Davis Hanson, Israel's recent strike against Iran has shown that the country is not nearly as powerful as many people thought before, and the country could begin to disintegrate from within.
There is going to be an eruption in Iran, I think maybe within a year or two. It's in a state of paranoia. Israel showed the world that Iran was a paper tiger. It has dismantled its terrorist surrogates. The United States then took out its nuclear proliferation apparatus. So what has happened in the Middle East is that the Obama idea that Iran should be a counterweight to our friends democratic Israel and the moderate Gulf states, this then would create tension, and the Obama administration and its successive Biden administrations would then come in and adjudicate. That is in shambles now. Hello, this is Victor Davis Hanson for the Daily Signal. There is going to be an eruption in Iran, I think maybe within a year or two. We hear stories that the revolutionary Islamic government has already executed almost 1,000 of its own citizens. It's in a state of paranoia. Why? Because it has no air defenses, one. Israel showed the world that Iran was a paper tiger. It has dismantled its terrorist surrogates, just wiped out the Houthi command and control in Yemen. It's embarrassed Hezbollah. There is no real Hamas organized resistance. The United States then took out its nuclear proliferation apparatus, at least for a number of years. More importantly, the theocracy has no popular support, it seems like. It has a core base of followers who have been enriched by this corrupt government, but the people themselves, under sanctioning and embargoes of the only real thing that Iran can export, oil, have been hard-pressed. Electricity is sporadic. Water and sewage have been interrupted. The Iranian currency is inflated. But more importantly, the Iranian government knows that there is popular dissent, and some of that popular dissent has been manifested by allowing the Israelis to get the necessary intelligence to knock off the key people in the Iranian nuclear program. I don't think any scientist in Iran would want to be openly affiliated with nuclear physics, given the short lifespan of all those who in the past were central to the Iranian nuclear bomb project. And the same thing is true of their general staff. A lot of generals have been killed. And the question is, if you were a high-ranking officer in the Iranian military, in the Hezbollah hierarchy, in the Yemeni, what's left of the Yemeni command and control, would you want it to be known? Because if you did, your days would be numbered. And so this government is under economic, social, political, cultural, and military pressures. And most of their problems originated with their aggression toward Israel. They could take only so much and decided to solve the problem by destroying its surrogates and attacking the head of the octopus, and the United States under Donald Trump ending the nuclear threat for the near future. So what has happened in the Middle East is that the Obama idea that Iran should be a counterweight to our friends democratic Israel and the moderate Gulf states and Middle East countries like Egypt and Jordan, there was going to be a counterweight. It was going to be, I guess we would call it the Shia axis. It was going to be in Iran, the Assad dynasty in Syria, the Lebanese Hezbollah takeover of that country, and pro-Iranian groups in Yemen and the West Bank and Gaza. And this then would create tension, and the Obama administration and its successive Biden administrations would then come in and adjudicate, not favoring the Shia Crescent, not favoring Israel and the moderate Arab regimes, and therefore we would get.
I'm not sure the Obama administration was clever enough to think of such an elaborate plan. I think they just saw like Iran were saying death to America and threatening American interests. And in Obama's worldview was, okay, let's appease them kind of and give them billions of dollars and relieve in sanctions and sign a deal. And then they'll moderate their behavior and everything will be hunky-dory. And of course, this didn't happen.
Social justice for the, I don't know, the underrepresented, oppressed Shia or the Persians, but we wouldn't openly side with a democratic liberal society like Israel and reforming
No.
societies in the Middle East that are at least not as extreme as Iran or Afghanistan or some of the more lunatic countries. That is in shambles now. That whole notion is in shambles. As I said, Iran is near destitute and it's on the brink of internal revolution. There is no more Assad dynasty in Syria. It's in turmoil. The Lebanese government is no longer deathly afraid of Hezbollah and incrementally trying to reassert control. The Yemenis are flabbergasted that their entire terrorist command and control has been wiped out. And so we're on the verge of some great developments in the Middle East if we can just stay supportive of the moderate Arab regimes and Israel and let these natural processes play out and keep the sanctions on Iran, keep the embargo on Iran, and don't let up until there's a change of government. We don't have to be the instigators. We don't have to stage coups. All we have to do is turn up the heat and let this pot boil over, and boil over it will. Thank you very much. This is Victor Davis Hanson for the Daily Signal.
All right, well, that's some interesting takes there from Victor Davis Hanson. This is something that we've known a while regarding Iran, is that maybe about a third of the country really support the Islamic regime. Most people see all the oppression that they've done to their own people, and also, yeah, how many resources they've wasted in all of these costly wars abroad with Israel and with other Sunni powers. Just like in the United States, the libertarians, the isolationists have gained a lot of traction by sitting around and saying, why are we, the US, involved in all of these foreign wars? The same thing as the people in Iran are asking, why are we spending billions and billions of dollars in fighting Israel? How does that help us? What has that done for us? In, backing all of these groups like Hezbollah, like the Houthis in Yemen, while we're falling apart here, crumbling under sanctions, crippling sanctions, inflation, an oppressive regime. So these are things that have been boiling over for a long time. Is it enough to actually topple the regime? Well, that's a very difficult thing to do. We see that dying regimes, regimes that are financially unviable, ideologically unviable, can soldier on for a very long time. Look at North Korea, how many decades they've been in complete isolation and the country still exists. So I don't know if Victor Davis Hanson is correct here, but certainly a mistake now would be to jump in and try to kind of save Iran from itself the way the Obama regime tried to do, as he explained over there. That would be a very big mistake. We need to keep our eyes open. It is possible that the Iranian regime in its current terrible, terrible state could go through some serious turmoil and turbulence in the coming months and years. And of course, if something big were to happen there, boy, would that have a huge impact on the Middle East for the better, for the better. So let's wait and see what happens. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.